Alright, this is Chaplin Keystone film number 3. Actually, the second one made. This was made before Kid Auto Races, but this one took longer to make. So while they were making this one, they went out and made Kid Auto Races, which was released before this film, even though this was the first one being made. So this is actually the first time Chaplin was on film.
Dressed as the Tramp.
As a tramp.
There you have his famous walk right there. If you notice, you have the cane.
And interesting too, this scene is just one long take. This part here. Charlie had to fight Max Sennett to keep this scene and not cut to anything else, because Charlie had a lot of gags he wanted to do in this scene. But if you notice, this scene lasts for a long time. It's just him in the frame doing stuff.
Almost like experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy looks like Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's let's see, Harry McCoy.
There's
the actor.
Henry Learman back there.
With Mabel Normand.
Have you noticed he's in the same outfit in every movie?
They probably shot all these within like 1 week.
He just took one suit with him.
But you notice here Chaplin also has, which this restoration shows a lot better than the older ones did, this makeup on his face, making him look a lot older. You can see his cheekbones. Because when Charlie got hired at Keystone, they thought he was an older guy. So he's only 24, I think, in these movies.
So he's having to play an old man.
So they're trying to make him look like an older man, which is something I think I've only ever seen in this movie and none other.
The gags that you see here would be typical of what you would see him do in a vaudeville
on the stage, yeah.
I mean, so
the Fred Carno material.
No, what's amazing, just to add to what you were saying, how this is all one set, like one shot. It's almost like a vaudeville performance here, which at the time, this is what he was used to. It's what he knew.
Some nice animal abuse there.
Yeah, I'm sure. Was it PETA?
PETA, yeah. Lindsay Lohan's gonna come and throw blood on
the PETA pit.
On Chaplin, go in a time machine. And Mabel, this is the first film with Mabel Normand and Chaplin. And Mabel Normand was a star, you know, in her own right before Chaplin came on the scene. And she actually, I think she might have even directed this one.
Hey guys, there's a rarity: the Chaplin tipping somebody.
Well, no, this one's directed by Max Sennett and Henry Learman. And this one was also released February 9th, 1914.
Hey guys, it's Lassie's debut right there too. I'm just kidding.
Chester Conklin again.
There's Chaplin.
This is a...
Look at that smile. That's a classic Chaplin smile right there. He gets his arms stuck in there.
The inebriated Charlie.
It's kind of reminds me of a mixture between 1 AM or The Cure.
Oh yeah, I mean, Charlie playing a drunkard. I mean, this would follow his rest of his career. He'd play characters like
which 1 AM, in my opinion, is very Keystone-ish in the way it is. I mean, it's this almost. It's pretty much him in one scene trying to get upstairs. And I think even as he continued, there was still that vaudeville-esque essence in all of his movies. I mean, you look at the intro to like City Lights or something like that. It takes place in one place. It's just chaos. It's utter chaos. And here you got, there's character development. The characters are moving along. They're going to different places and doing different things. Yet you still have Chaplin in the same place. Yeah. And he's flirting. He's checking out chicks. He's drunk. He has the flower in him. He's causing chaos in this one place. And this is very vaudeville-esque.
But what's fun, Mabel Normand here is in her quote-unquote pajamas. And at this time, this was supposedly a scandal. She's going out to get that ball that the dog knocked out, but she's so embarrassed in the hallway in her scandalous pajamas.
Yeah. Now
she got locked out.
I mean, she's wearing more than what most girls wear to Starbucks nowadays.
Well, like you look at Charlie in this movie, and you can't tell. Like, he looks like he could even be ethnic. Like, he looks like he could even be like his skin looks dark because of the makeup and everything. He looks like you're not particularly sure, like...
No,
oh no, you're seeing me in my 3 layers of pajamas.
There's the typical Chaplin tip of the hat. Now, one thing you notice about the Tramp and the Keystones, especially early on, is that there's the innocence that you see in the Tramp, or more, I don't say respect for women, but there's that innocence you see as the character progresses. Kind of early on, he's a little more of a, he's a jerk. He's a jerk almost. somewhat of a womanizer. He's a drunk. He's kind of like bullying people around, and we saw it in
Kissing Man. There you go.
Make It a Living. He's pushing kids around, and I mean he's more of a troublemaker here. So it's kind of like it's such a different feeling if your introduction to the Tramp is later Chaplin films as opposed to Keystone.
Well, you can compare it too with Mickey Mouse, the early Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Little
Steamboat
raunchy.
Willie, Plain Crazy. Mickey Mouse is almost the same character as Chaplin is here, causing trouble and being very non-politically correct. And then slowly but surely his character would evolve over the years, and he turned into a nice guy, a gentleman, you know.
Which is what the Tramp becomes as a gentleman.
Oh yeah, a kind soul.
Did you notice that he lost his flower there?
Oh, no, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I guess it fell off, and they probably just kept filming and just kept going with it.
They didn't have time to do reshoots. They had to get this movie out, you know. They're making 2 or 3 of these a week.
I love how he just walks into some random person's room.
This is just, you know, Charlie center of the screen.
I mean, this is already the beginning where Chaplin is beginning to become the main character in these movies. They're starting to... I mean, you wonder, did they see something, did Max Sennett see something in him that no one else is really seeing at the time?
Well, it certainly wasn't Henry Learman seeing anything.
Just taking the... I mean...
you can see... this restoration, you can see Mabel under the bed. Her face under that. I've never noticed that before.
It's almost kind of creepy, isn't
Yeah.
it? Reminds me of The Ring or something.
But man, these restorations are great. Like, because this film before this set came out was like in French subtitles and it was like horrible.
Wow. Now, can you notice there's a lot of element of improvisation here? Like, it's almost like Chaplin, he's assessing the scene and he's assessing what can I do. You know, they have and the thing about a lot of these movies don't have a script. They have a general idea for where they want the movie to go, but it's up to the actor to take you there, which is something I love about these films. I mean, these actors really had to be artists in a sense. There he is hitting someone else. Now, again, there's a fascination with the butt in Chaplin films.
You know, Sennett will be off camera giving them direction. You know, oh, do this, look over here, get up and walk over there. You know, flirt with this girl, but you know, it was up to the actors to make it
their own.
Yeah, to make it their own.
Chaplin again with the flower. Now here's what I'm curious. The scene that we just saw, was that filmed after this? Because when he was in the room, the flower was gone, but now he's back downstairs again. Now he has the flower.
Yeah, continuity. I don't think was a very
well thought out.
Yeah, I don't think they even.
Well, I mean, this is early on in the history of film, so they're not thinking about the things that we pay attention to now. They're just kind of going with it.
Because you know, when these movies came out, these movies would come out and then they'd do their run and then they'd stick them in a vault somewhere. That's why a lot of these don't exist anymore.
There's the dog, which if you notice earlier, when Chaplin went upstairs for the first time to look for her, the dog wasn't even out in the hallway. Now he's out in the hallway. It's like there's these random things just going on, which kind of makes the movie fun. There's that element of chaos. There's the element of just anything can happen in these movies. There's no holds bar.
And once again, like this idea of bed hopping and people in different people's bedrooms, and
it's pretty risky.
Well, it's risque, but at the same time, it was used so many times. These hotel mix-up,
room swaps.
Yeah, room swaps.
Well, what's that one that Chaplin did with Fatty Arbuckle?
The Rounders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing. You know what I love about
similar.
this? Mabel Normand looks so innocent in these movies, but if you look at her in real life, she wasn't necessarily the biggest.
Oh no,
sweetheart.
Well, at this time though, too, this was 1914. She wasn't.
Yeah, they got the sleeve rolled up there with the leg.
She hadn't really hit all that gossip and scandal stuff yet.
Now, does she have a pantyhose on, or is that frostbite?
Or maybe she's half black.
Here's another element you see, especially in a lot of these older movies. You have your cutesy kind of naive girl, then you have your really stuck up women that
the stuck-up boyfriend, yeah,
or the stuck-up woman that can never think her husband can do better. And of course, the guy has a girl under his bed. This is about to
There's a lot. Mabel Normand has a lot of great close-ups in this movie.
We haven't seen Chaplin in a while either.
Yeah, true. Well,
there he is.
Speak of the devil.
Now, this is something interesting. I mean, that I'm really noticing. In a lot of the later Chaplin films, you can really notice how short he is, but he's kind of surrounded around people his size. I mean, once he starts directing, he starts getting a lot of these other actors are a lot bigger than him, and I think that's at that point the Tramp is so well developed that you know he's a smaller guy. And she just discovered Mabel Normand under the bed. And here we don't see her.
And of course, they assume the worst. Look at her hiding under the bed in her scandalous pajamas.
Where'd the dog go? Of course, over-the-top acting, over-the-top facial features.
Well, that was a sign of the period, too. I mean, it's the thing, you know...
ripping off the wig.
Pulled her wig off.
Cat fight.
But, you know, Chaplin had his share of this over-the-topness, too, but to me, even in these early movies, he seems more natural. He just seems more natural. Like, this acting is very old-school, silent movie, huge gestures. But Chaplin has the little bits that he adds that the other ones don't seem to have as much.
Now, if you guys can notice here, the quality of film has changed a little bit. Obviously, this is probably
yeah. I mean, we're lucky this film exists at all. Honestly,
There we go. That's very typical Chaplin gag right there. Getting pushed down, rolling back, just over the top comedy gags.
Taking off the like in City Lights, it's to take off the jacket. You know, like it's
hanging the jacket and it falls. Yeah. Oh. That's a very typical Chaplin put. Try to kick some. Oh, did you notice the hole in the back?
Yeah,
of the pants there.
This is just chaotic, a chaotic mess at this point.
Who's that guy there? What actor is that?
That's Henry McCoy, I think.
Did you see the film quality change again?
Oh, well, it's back to better quality.
Chaplin's in love again, of course, and there's a knack about Chaplin. He's able to fall in love with a woman in
like just within 30 seconds,
within knowing her.
Kind of like in real life.
yeah. Chaplin definitely had the reputation for being a...
This poor guy, Chester Conklin did nothing wrong and he's getting his butt kicked.
That's what happens when you're a nice guy.
That's a nice...
Guys, let me give you a suggestion. If you want to have a good relationship with your wife, don't let younger women live under your bed.
And don't let Charlie Chaplin in the hotel you're in.
Here's my question. What happened to the dog?